After Donald Trump was shot at, a lot of people said that Democrats were to blame. That the spirited nature with which we talk about politics, the accuracy that we use to describe Donald Trump and his agenda, his fascism, his existential threat that is posed by him to our democracy, his attempted overthrow of the United States government. They said, oh, the Democrats need to tone it down. They need to mellow out because they're causing people to get so up in arms that they're willing to attempt to kill Donald Trump. All of this is nonsense. One of the other things they said was that by saying it's a cult, that causes these types of things to happen. And then they proceed to prove that they're a cult over and over and over. They're a cult. Last night at the Republican National Convention, it started, I think, the day before, but last night it took full form of these dum-dums, these cult members, these worshipers, these adherents of Donald Trump, putting tape on their ear. Where's my giant bandage I had on the other day? These idiots now. But remember when Donald Trump was in court in New York, and the congressional delegation and the former opponents of him in the primary, even though he never debated them or anything, they all showed up to in solidarity, in unity, to give their little speeches in front of the microphones, and they were all dressed exactly like Donald Trump. You're not doing yourselves any favors, Republicans, to try to deny that you're in a cult when you imitate Donald Trump. I got a video I'm going to play of a few different interviews of people who are explaining why they're bandaging their healthy ears for Donald Trump. We'll get to that. But I want to read just a portion from this CBS article entitled, "Donald Trump Doesn't Have Stitches After Assassination Attempt, but a Nice Flesh Wound," Eric Trump says. A nice flesh wound that didn't require stitches. I'm not promoting a conspiracy theory here. I believe Donald Trump's ear was injured, but the severity of those injuries can be called and should be called into question. The reason, the next video after this is going to be reading from a PBS article entitled, I'll just give you a spoiler alert of what's to come, Trump's campaign has given no official information about his medical care following assassination attempt. And there's a reason for that. It's because he's garnering a shit ton of sympathy from the rubes and the clods, and they're mimicking him, imitating the bandage as though he's some kind of a rustic hero. I've seen people say he took a bullet for his country. If that's taking a bullet for his country, then I guess all of the children that were murdered at Robb Elementary also took a bullet for their country. The Sandy Hook shooting, all of those children and teachers also took a bullet for their country. Here's two paragraphs from this article from CBS. Some Republican attendees have worn ear bandages as a show of support for the former president. Quote, "This is the newest fashion trend. I'm getting this going," Joe Nagelia, a delegate from Tempe, Arizona, told CBS News' Ed O'Keefe on Tuesday evening. Quote, "Everybody in the world's going to be wearing these pretty soon. It's the latest thing. My wife tells me I dress like an engineer, but I'm setting new fashion ground here." So the people who refused to wear masks during a global pandemic in which 1.25 million Americans died, the people who refused to because we're not sheep, the same people who called us sheeple for wearing masks are now putting Tampax on the side of their heads, paper towels and such, to mimic the cult leader, to show them they love him. And if you think I'm being hyperbolic when I say that they love him, and this is why we're doing it, they said it with their own mouths. Here is a mashup of footage from the floor of the Republican National Convention and a couple of sparse interviews with these dum-dums. This is why they're doing it. They love him. They adore him. They worship at the feet, at the throne of the dear leader, the cult leader, Donald Trump. Watch this.
We're helping President Trump set a new fashion statement, and we're standing in solidarity with him for his wound, and we just want him to know how much we love him.
What I got going on here is a patch over my right ear, as Donald Trump wears one. We do it in solidarity with our President Trump because we love him, we support him 100%, and we wish him well.
And our heartbreak.
The tragedy that happened just a few days ago, we just wanted to give our hearts. We wanted to show him our love, our respect, our admiration. And if he needs to go through something, and he's going to fight, we want him to know that the Arizona delegation feels the same way. We'll go through it with him.
We love him. This is a sign of our love for him, our care, our concern, our thankfulness to God that he saved. We know that God saved him for special things for this country.
It's something that's of the moment. You know, the assassination attempt was just the other day, and I think it's important today, where next week it won't be. Is my gut feel.
But we're the sheeple. We're in a cult, they say. They dress like him. They bandage non-existent wounds like him. This is a dangerous movement. If Joe Biden was sick or injured or dressed in a certain way, I wouldn't dress like, I might go out of my way to not dress like that because I don't want to appear like a brainless automaton, like someone who's just going through the motions to support the dear leader. I'm not in a cult. I don't have a cult mindset. My brain doesn't work that way. But Republicans are so eager to have a boot on their neck, in this case, the boot of Donald Trump. They're here for it. They're begging to be a martyr, to be a victim, to be in a cult, to be told what to do. For all of the flag waving of don't tread on me, they yearn to be tread upon. What do you think? I would love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail. Please keep them brief. 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. I'd love to hear from you. You can also just leave a comment below. Talk about it in the comments. That would be fantastic. Helps to trigger YouTube to show this content to new viewers, and that is always a good thing. If you want to help support this work, become a channel member. Help me make these videos. Help me produce these videos. Click the join button below for $2 a month. Become a channel member. Go over to my Patreon page, patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. Also a great way. I'm on social media everywhere. It's at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Be genuine. Take care of one another.